George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and Thomas Jefferson all stayed here. Yep, right there, back there in that house. Welcome to Chatham Manor. Built in 1771, this Georgian mansion is a large part of Fredericksburg history. As you walk the gardens, you'll notice towering trees, many of which date back to the Civil War. Imagine soldiers resting beneath them, or troops moving through these grounds while cannon fire shook the town below. Today, butterflies dance in the air and flowers bloom, but these gardens carry echoes of both beauty and sorrow. When war broke out, Chatham became more than a stately home. It turned into the nerve center of the Union Army. General Ambrose Burnside used it as his headquarters during the Battle of Fredericksburg in 1862, and later Ulysses S. Grant commanded from here. The mansion's rooms were converted into a hospital. Floors once polished for dances became blood-stained. Soldiers carved graffiti into the walls, some of which remains today. Volunteers like Walt Whitman walked these halls, tending to the wounded and writing about the immense suffering he witnessed. Clara Barton, who would later found the American Red Cross, nursed the injured here as well. By the war's end, Chatham was no longer a grand home. It was scarred, battered, and forever changed. But Chatham holds not only history, it holds legends. The most famous is the story of the Lady in White. As the tale goes, she was the daughter of a wealthy Virginia planter, and she fell in love with an English tradesman who was beneath her station. Her family forbade the match, demanding she marry into wealth and status. Heartbroken and desperate, she is said to have leapt into her death from the cliffs near Chatham, overlooking the Rappahannock. For generations, people have claimed to see her ghost, dressed in white, wandering the manor's gardens and the riverbank, forever searching for her lost love. Some say her spirit appears most often on moonlit nights in May, the month when she died. Whether fact or folklore, her story lingers here, adding mystery to the beauty of these grounds. After the war, Chatham fell into decline. Rooms were gutted, gardens overgrown. But in the early 20th century, philanthropists and preservationists restored it. The gardens you see today reflect English landscaping traditions with statues and fountains that honor a mix of beauty, memory, and artistry. Walking here is like stepping into another era. Like many grand estates of the 18th century, Chatham was built and maintained by the labor of enslaved people. Their stories were often silenced, but a few survived the test of time. One of the most remarkable is that of Ellen Mitchell. In 1857, Chatham passed to J. Horace Lacey, a man who threatened to send enslaved people further south, tearing families apart. Ellen, however, refused to let her children face that fate. She struck an unusual deal. She would be allowed 3 months to travel north and raise money to purchase her own freedom, and theirs. She journeyed to Washington, Philadelphia, and New York City, speaking in churches and abolitionist gatherings. With passion and persistence, she raised over $1,000, a fortune in those days. she secured the freedom for herself and her children. Ellen's courage turned Chatham's history and story of enslavement into one of triumph and resilience. So Chatham Manor is not just a symbol of wealth and status. It's also a symbol of strength and resilience, because right here on these grounds, I don't know if you can see these fields behind me, but this is exactly where over 100 slaves stood up and fought for their freedom. But I just wanted to also make note of that so that you understood exactly what this land, this property, what it stood for, and the people that worked it, that they were strong, that they were resilient, and that they stood up and fought for what was right, even if it cost their life. Chatham Manor is more than a house. It is a place where the wealth of the few was built on the labor of many, where freedom was fought for in both war and personal courage, and where beauty and tragedy coexist. Walking these gardens today, you are not just strolling through flowers and statues, you're walking through the living memory of America's past. Chatham Manor, it is a time capsule of America's triumphs, tragedies, and just a multitude of untold stories. If you like finding hidden history and secrets, like and subscribe to this channel. There's definitely so much more to come.